So guys, the time has come again for us to transform our front porch from spring into summer. We're going to be doing that over the next 2 days. So what we'll be doing is changing out some of the pastel colors like my wreath up there. We're going to freshen up the plants. So we're going to do a little bit of tidying up as well. And we'll also add a few plants here and there. If you have never been here before, my name is Marlene. Welcome to my home and garden channel. Now let's get started. So guys, this is what it was looking like immediately after our winter to spring porch makeover. And this is a video that I did showing all the step-by-steps on that, and I'll put that in the description box in case you wanted to see it. And now a few weeks and months have passed, and so the plants have grown in really nicely, and I really like how they're looking. But if you look right here, guys, this mat says hello spring, so we're gonna have to change that out. The plants just need to be, freshened up just a little bit. Up here, the wreath, I figured there are too many pastels on here for summertime. It needs to pop a little bit more. That was perfect for spring, but we're moving on to summer. And then over here, we have this gap that I need to fill in right there. And we have our begonia fluffing out and looking really nice. So I'm very happy about that. Our chrysanthemum is right there. And this little one right here, I'm going to have to put it in a larger container. We're going to repot it and fix it up really nice because that little spot is too warm in the afternoons for that small container. So it really does need to be changed. So taking a look from the side, this is how it's looking over here. A lot of little, leaves and mulch and different stuff from the storms came more, but we're going to go ahead and get all of that taken care of. And if you look close in there, guys, you'll see that we actually have some cobwebs there and they're quite strong. I was surprised at how strong they were. But first thing we're going to do is to start taking stuff done, which is to get the wreath down. Very pretty, perfect for the season that it was, but time to move on. And of course, our mat is going. And this layered one at the bottom, this is going to have to be washed on delicates because it's quite dirty right now. Taking off our welcome sign right here, and I'm going to be reusing that because I really like it, and I think it's, almost like a blank slate. It just works so well with basically everything that I normally do on my porch. And as you can see, the flowers are looking pretty good. They just need to be watered, and I think they'll be fine. Just cleaning up a little bit if there are any little leaves that need to be picked off here and there, but for the most part, or any dead spent blooms. So over here now, my husband is coming in with a leaf blower. Such a handy tool. It makes, as they say, quick work of it. So over here now, after he's finished, I am coming in and wiping out the cobwebs. And again, they were quite strong because the blower didn't move them, and now I'm fighting with them here. But eventually, everything did come off and look the way that I wanted it to look. And just giving a good wipe in there, just to make sure everything is fine. And next it was for the door to go in and wipe off those little creases here and there because they tend to hold in the dust. Of course, it was much worse when it was winter to spring because we had so much of that pollen that comes out, the tree pollen that comes out at that time of the year. So it's a lot less now, maybe just a little bit of grass pollen and perhaps, dust here and there. But I'm just going in and making sure that everything is nice and clean. So it's going to hold up really well for the season. Of course, I can tweak it, every now and then if I need to. And at the bottom down here, just to wipe off the base here as well. A lot collects over there as well too. Sometimes you don't even realize how dirty they are until you try to clean them. And see how much came off from down there. So that was definitely well timed. And I just like using those Sunny Wipe cloths. I don't know what you guys, prefer to use. I'm just wiping off the welcome sign here. Then it was time to head over to our garden center. And these hydrangeas were absolutely beautiful, but we are not getting hydrangeas today, guys. I am going to try with the polka dot, which I talked about in a previous video. I think they're so pretty, and I just wanted to do something different because the leaves, the foliage is beautiful, and we're going to pair that up with the begonia. So I think that's going to work really well to add a little bit of a cool down to the summer as well. So here is what I got. I got 2 of them. And I tried to make sure I picked out the most, the healthiest looking ones. And you can see how much it was going for right there. $3.98. That's a 4-inch container. And I made sure it had a lot of branching down there because I wanted to spread out and really look nice in the container. That's the begonia over there that we're going to be putting in the container. And I'm using this flower food over here, Rose and Flower Care. It's a slow release fertilizer. So that should be good because I'm reusing this soil over here. And over here, I have some brown mulch, which I did use, when we did our front yard refresh. So it's going to, match up with everything that's going on out there. So first thing I did was to give a little sprinkle. And I'm not going to be using just this soil alone. I'll be adding some to the top, fresh soil. but I just wanted to reuse some of it because, guys, soil has gotten so expensive. And I think most people agree, and most people I see, in different, gardeners are trying to reuse at least some of their garden soil. And I think it makes perfect sense, because why dump it if you can just amend it and use it again? So that's what we're doing here. And I'm putting in the begonia first. I'm not too sure which is going to be taller. I suspect it's probably going to be the begonia as the season progresses next to the polka dots, because they're both going to grow up, taller. But we'll see. But even if they match out in the container, they're still both going to be beautiful. So I'm not too worried about that, because, I typically like to have my thriller, spiller, and filler, or at least 2 of those combinations. But it's going to be pretty anyway. So we're just filling in here, making sure to cover the soil that it came in. And then it's on to the first polka dot one. And I always like to, just free out the roots a little bit, just to make sure it's easier for them to spread out. It kind of encourages them. And sometimes if there is too much, you can even take a little bit of the roots off. Your plant is going to be perfectly fine. The main thing is to cover over that initial soil that's on it with some of the potting soil that you're putting in there. So it's, it has that extra protection from drying out. And if you're liking this video so far, be sure to give me a thumbs up. It sends out a good message so that this will be sent out to other people on the platform, and, they can come on over and get to watch it as well. You can also share with your friends too, who may want, a little bit of inspiration to refresh their front porch for the summer. So I'm setting this in right here, and everything is going so well. This was a nice, cool evening to do it too. I like to plant my flowers in the evening, so that way they kind of cool down overnight. They kind of adjust a little bit in the morning as well. And then when the midday sun comes, early afternoon, early evening, they're kind of a little perked up and watered, so that way they can handle it a little bit better, and there's a little bit less of transplant shock. And over here, and I'm making sure to water it. And as always, guys, make sure that your container has a hole in the bottom so they can get proper draining, because root rot is a terrible thing for plants. If they just sit there in water all the time, they get wet feet. Most plants don't like that, and that will kill them off. You may even find that it starts to smell funny after a while, but because there's not enough fresh air going in there. I'm going in and just adding in some mulch to cover it over. And guys, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I love to use mulch because it has so many good uses for your plant. It retains moisture, it keeps weeds out, and in the winter time, of course, it helps to keep your plant nice and warm. This is how it's looking right here. And I always make sure to water the mulch over as well, because if you don't, then it's going to wick away the moisture, and because the plants are just adjusting to the transplant, it's going to, make them be dry and flop over. So we don't want that. So I just wanted to take a moment to invite you to subscribe to my channel if you have never done so before. I do lots of gardening topics, tips and tours. This is a wonderful community of fellow gardeners, so be sure to join us and tap the bell twice. So now it's time to start putting stuff on, the exciting part, guys. And this is the wreath that I made. It's the same one, but I just put it I put a few different colors in there to make it a little bit brighter. And next thing I like to do is to put my welcome sign back, because it's taller, putting it towards the back, so it's kind of there and out of the way. And it looks a lot cleaner than it was before. And here is the mat, nice and clean, almost like new. And I've had this for quite some time. If you've been watching my channel, I've reused and reused, and I think you really should, if it's going to work for you. So over here, this is our new mat that we have, and it says welcome. I like the boldness of it. There's no color on this one this time, but I just think it's really, it makes a statement. You feel that someone is saying welcome, and it looks really good. And that was actually just $5 at the dollar store in the plus section. It looked really good, so I thought I'm going to go ahead and get this one today. And now we're putting in our plants. I actually had them out in the rain getting some rainwater, and I know they really love that, so that was great for them. They're nicely refreshed. And here is a matching one over here as well. And I tell you, I just love the creeping Jenny. It's just so nice and fluffy, and it's going to get taller and taller down to the floor. And these are 2 of the lanterns that I got. These were $5, and I got them, I think it was back in Christmas, at the dollar store for $5 a piece. And again, use and reuse if they're in good shape, of course. These are 2 succulents that I got. They're kind of small, but I think they still look pretty good. And I may switch them out for some candles, you know, the ones that are safety ones, the ones that use the batteries. I may switch those out, but we'll see how that goes. But for right now, that's what we have. And now we're going to go ahead and, you know, that we've added everything on, we're going to go ahead for the reveal. But first of all, let's take a look and see where we started from. So just to remind you that this is what it looked like over here. And I think it still looks pretty good, but it just said spring a lot. So we wanted to go in and change that. So again, we changed out our rug right there. And there are a few other things I did, which you'll see further in the video, but we'll get to it. And over here, of course, our pastel wreath that I said, you know, those colors needed a little bit of oomph to them. So that was what I did. And over here, we have the plants. You can see how they were looking. Gap needed to be filled in and all of that good stuff. So begonia, repotted, and I did, you know, pinch back the chrysanthemums. So let's take a look and see what we have now. So we're going in, and already to me, it pops a lot. This looks stronger, you know, bolder for summertime. So you can see the lanterns right there with the succulent inside. And of course, I had to go in and clean those up. They were quite dusty too, but of course, you know, I do some things off camera to, you know, have things moving along. You can see how it's popping there. I really like it. It looks to me like, you know, just like a field of wildflowers. That's what comes to my mind. You can see the welcome mat right there. And you can tell me, you know, what you think about the colors, how they combine together. You know, I've never used yellow before. I think maybe for spring. God willing, I'll try that for spring, or if not for spring, for summer. Maybe a more pastel one for spring and a darker one for summer. We'll see how that goes. And over here, I added a pillow to the bench just to give it that pop and tie in some of the blue, you know, from the flowers and from the pot that I just put out here. This is another view from the side over here. And I think this is probably my favorite view, actually. And I catch them at an angle right there. But I think it pops a whole lot, and I really am very pleased with it. You can let me know how you feel about it. And of course, once the summer is over, we'll be doing the fall one, you know, to get that season on next. And, you know, I do a lot of porch makeovers, sometimes for the front, well, always for the front, sometimes for the back one as well. So if you want me to create a playlist of just all porch makeovers together, let me know. Or if you prefer them to be playlisted by season, I can do that as well. So I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope this inspires you to get your porch going, or maybe just to tweak the one that you did already for the summer. And this is all a wonderful part of gardening, where you add flowers in and everything that combines so well for your outdoor space. So I wish you happy gardening. Thank you so much for watching, and I do hope to see you in the next video. Take care.